Hi guys, this is Vincent from Vince's Korean class, and I'm a Korean and I'm a Korean language teacher. One of my students requested me to share my thoughts about this issue about Filipino TikToker Bella Poch. She had rising sun flag tattoo. The flag is used by Japanese military during Second World War, and it's traumatizing Korean people. Korea was colonized by Japan, and so many people were killed and raped and tortured by Japanese military, and that is just historical fact. Um, so I understand it. I personally don't like the flag. Uh, it's not because I hate Japan. It's because the flag is used by the military that made war crime. I understand Korean people being upset if you wear a Nazi uniform in front Holocaust victim. Of course, they're gonna be upset. They're gonna be angry. But what I want to talk about today is most of Korean people's mentality about the Philippines. When I hear about this issue, I was not upset about the flag tattoo because the past is the past. Even though I don't like the flag, um, many people don't know about the flag with the history. So they're not meant to make Korean people upset. And I'm sure Bella didn't know about the flag because Japan also colonized the Philippines as well. The thing, but the thing that made me upset was the reaction of Koreans. I don't want to discuss about if Bella is wrong or right, or already many of YouTubers are discussing about that. So I don't want to discuss about that. But let's just say she's wrong. But why Korean people should blame the Philippines instead of blame the one individual? Why Korean people should insult Filipino people's skin color instead of talking about the historical fact? Why Korean people talking shit about Philippines' poor economy? Korea was more poor country in the past. The Philippines was the one of richest country in the not in the world or in Asia. I mean, yeah. All the reason Korean people talking shit about Philippines, the country, is because Korean people are looking down on Philippines and Pinoys. I love the Philippines. I have personal history with the Philippines. I am planning to move to the Philippines. I'm a language teacher and many of my students are Filipino. So if a Filipino loves Korea and Korean language or Korean culture, my business is gonna be better. My life gonna be better. When I move to the Philippines, my life gonna be easier. When I do my business, it's gonna be easier. But I decide to unveil everything because I felt so sad and guilty when Filipino people were crazy about Korean food and K drama and all the Korean culture. When they are consuming Korean culture and product, meanwhile, Korean people look down on the Philippines and exploiting Filipino people. When I was in the Philippines, I went to a Korean restaurant which owned by a Korean lady, but the waiting staff was Filipino. I hear the conversation between Filipino workers and the lady, Korean lady. They spoke in Korean, but the Filipino guy's Korean was not really good. And she said, "Ya, 뚱땡아, 일로 와봐," which means, "Hey, you badass, come here." When the Korean lady called the workers, she never called the name. Just, "Ya, 뚱땡아," which is badass, and other swear words. And when she talking to her colleague, her Korean colleague, she said, 필리핀 새끼들 일하는 꼬라지 봐라. 저 새끼들은 괜히 가난한 게 아니야. 저 새끼들은 노예 혈통이 있어. You will be surprised after I translated. What she said was, look at how Filipino bastards are working. No wonder why they are poor. They have slave genetics. What the fuck is this? What the hell is this? I immediately stopped eating and pretend I'm not Korean. I just spoke English and I got out of the restaurant. It was so disgusting, and I decided to never go to Korean restaurant again. And as a Korean, honestly, it's a generic mindset in Korea. It's just common thing, honestly. It's just common thing. It's just not few people's behavior. If someone married a Filipino girl, they think the guy bought the girl from paid arranged marriage broker company. When I suffered because of Korean army, the Philippines helped me a lot. And I'm always on Filipino side. I'm always on Filipino side because Filipino helped me a lot. That's why I'm talking all these stories. That's why I'm talking to all my friends in the Philippines. Please, do not like Korea anymore. It's your choice to watch Korean drama, movie, eating Korean food, and consuming Korean products. But Korean people would never appreciate to you and other Filipinos. They are actually friendly to Filipino people. As a Korean person, I deeply apologize to Filipino people. I'm really sorry too. I'm really sorry about all the comment and hating speech and all the comments about dark skin color and Filipino economy. They're all talking shit about the Philippines. I'm really sorry about that. And yeah, Filipino, they don't hate it. Yeah,